committee meetings, please?
I'll put the motion forward to approve.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second the motion. John Stroud.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. The action agenda for today is a request to apply for criminal justice discovery reform grant. The rationale is a resolution request to apply for criminal justice discovery reform grant. Discussion. I think perhaps maybe we should invite the district attorney up to discuss this with us.
I jumped up here behind you. I'm sorry.
That's all right. You're fine. Thank you.
So I'll try to be brief. What a great opportunity. I did not necessarily see this coming. I heard some rumors. We all know that back in January of 2020, new laws came into play that revamped the criminal justice system. Discovery reform, bail reform. There's a lot of discussion on bail reform, and I had been saying, and I think others, that the discovery reform was going to have the biggest impact as far as resources. It's an absolute demanding and never-ending process. And in order to do that, steps were made by agencies across the state, frankly, including Warren County. We have now learned on February 9th, I received notification of a grant award up to $323,419. Obviously substantial sums. And that money, if you look at the time frame, it actually goes back in time. And it runs from April 1st of 2020 through March 31st of 2021. So it appears to be what I would call like a reimbursement grant. So it's basically, it gives the county an opportunity to be reimbursed for sums up to $323,000. Without going into every piece of the data here, the way they arrive at that figure is based on the arraignments. So if you look in here, your packet probably has every county in their arraignments. And Warren County has a high number of arraignments for the size of us. And so we're actually eligible for a good award number, our cap at least. The way this works is it prioritizes district attorney, sheriff, and probation. Probation, I think, is more related to the bail reform. And I know Bob Busey and I have discussed this, and Sheriff LaFar and I have also discussed this. In order to go forward, there is no deadline, but they recommend the sooner the better, the sooner you do. We have to create a collaborative plan and then seek approval from the chairwoman, I think, for submission. We have a way that we can handle that submission. So what we're doing today is just asking permission to make application, get that plan together, and get the ball rolling in an effort to recoup these monies. Any questions on that?
No, I think it's good. If I might, Mr. Chairwoman.
Yes, you may.
Yeah, Jason, I think that, we can get reimbursed for doing exactly what this grant wants you to do, is reimburse you for, what we've tried to do to implement discovery and bail reforms and so forth. I think that's a good thing. So I would make a motion to approve the application for criminal justice discovery reform grant.
Thank you. We have a resolution before us, I do believe. Supervisor Stroud, can I entertain that as a motion?
Yes.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Passed. All right. Do you have another order of business?
I do not. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do we have privilege of the floor? Any discussion?
We have
Mr.
nothing on
Do
the,
you have any on your end?
no, we do not have anything on the YouTube feed right now, Chairwoman Shepler.
Thank you very much. Can I have a motion to adjourn? Oops, sorry, no. Oh, okay.
Yep, just go on to the others. Yeah.
So the next one would be the public defender. Okay. The committee is called to order. I need to approve the minutes from, oh, okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. The reason we put those other things on there, I never know which order we're gonna get called in. So we
That's
put
fine.
everything on there just in case.
Thank you.
I have one issue for you, which is a request for an extension for an ILS distribution. We call it number 8. The original distribution was from January 1st, 2018 to December 31st, 2020. So your first question is, why am I doing this now? And the answer is, we didn't get approval of the grant until December 23rd, 2019, almost 2 years after the distribution was supposed to start. So we get the approval on December 23rd, 2019. We decide how we want to use the money, then COVID happens, but we don't get to use the money. So I'm asking for this to be extended for another year, please. Thank you, so we can use the money.
Thank you. Do we have any discussion? Or we'll go right into the resolution?
Put a motion forward.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
John Stroud, I'll second.
Thank you very much. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
There are referrals that are pending items.
Sure. In terms of the discussion items, I just wanted to let you know that there are CLEs, continuing legal education classes, that my office has attended. I've listed what the classes are and who attended and the dates. That is all being paid for by Office of Indigent Legal Services. That is no county funds being used to attend those CLEs, which are all virtual. Nothing is in person. And then privilege. So that handles everything on my list, unless there's something else you'd like me to discuss.
Thank you. Do we have any privilege of the floor here in the boardroom? No? Mr. Lehman, are there any questions?
Nothing at this time, Chairwoman Shepherd.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Can I have a motion to adjourn, please? Sorry. All right, so now we're going on to assigned counsel. All right. Good morning, Mr. Yusi. Thank you for joining us. Let's see, the action agenda, new business items, request to extend contract with Warren County Employment and Training Administration to raise the age RTA employment training program in the amount of $114,464 commencing on 4/1/21. The rationale is program provides a needed service based on employment, training, and education for RTA population.
Yes, good morning. Thank you, Supervisor Shepler. This is an extension of a current contract we have with Warren County Employment and Training for our Raise the Age population. We've had this contract in place since March of last year, and this money is reimbursable by Raise the Age funding. We were recently notified that the state money is based on the state fiscal year, which goes from April 1 to March 31st. And the state's a little bit behind, as we're all familiar with. So they're in the process of approving money up to the 2021 budget, March of 21. And then going forward, April 1st of 2021 till March of 2022, it looks like that there'll be funding to cover these programs going forward. This is a program that we've had a couple referrals for kids that fall under Raise the Age category, 16 to 18-year-old juvenile delinquents and adolescent offenders. And recently we had one of our youth that was highlighted in a newsletter by Employment and Training that did a fabulous job with both of these programs. So we'd like to extend that.
Thank you. Do we have any discussion amongst? All right, so I guess we're going to roll right into the resolution number 4. Do I have a motion? Thank you, Ben. Do I have a second? Thank you, John. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Do we have any discussion in the boardroom in regards to any of this? No? Mr. Lehman?
Good morning. Still nothing on YouTube.
Thank you very much. Can I have a motion to adjourn? Oh,
I just have one discussion item I'd like to talk about if I could, please.
yes, please.
Yes, I just want to let the committee know that in October, we applied for a Y Reconnects grant. That's a grant through Cornell University and the New York State Department of Disabilities to work with disabled children that come into the criminal justice, the juvenile justice system. We were awarded that grant in December. What that means is obviously we'll be working with Cornell and their experts and basically looking to take a look at how our systems work and how we can do a better job. It's a collaborative effort with many county agencies, social services, employment and training. We have Big Brothers, Big Sisters, White House, the Sheriff's Department. We've reached out to many people and the involvement's been great. And the other thing is we'll also receive $35,000 a year for 3 years to help us with this plan to use that money going forward to contract for training and to work different type of programs in. We're still working on the budget. The grant goes into effect this April, but we've already started working with Cornell. So that was a lot of work that was put into it by Amy Secor, our juvenile probation supervisor, and many people within the county. And we were awarded the grant, so I'm happy to say. So I just wanted to let everybody know that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do we have any discussion in regards to the Y Connects? No? Mr. Lehman?
No comment on YouTube as of now.
Thank you very much. Can I please call for a motion to adjourn? No?
Nope. So, Joy LaFountain, are you on Zoom? I don't see Joy on Zoom and she's not in the room, but she does have an agenda. It looks like the first thing she has on her agenda is to amend and renew the current supervising attorney retainer agreement. She wants to remove the not to exceed amount language and replace with terminating upon exhaustion of grant funds. This contract expires on March 31st, 2021 and is fully funded by parole hearing monies. And she also wants to add language to amend the contract relative to the use of department cell phone. So that's what she's looking to do, is to renew this agreement with the, to amend the agreement with those terms.
Thank you.
This is Tammy DiLorenzo. Can everybody hear me on Zoom? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'll speak a little bit to the two items that are before you for assigned counsel. The first, remove the not to exceed amount language for the supervising attorney. There is a hourly rate that's written into the contract. The reason we would remove the not to exceed is because, as Marcy previously pointed out, the way that OILS works their funding is they'll set aside a certain amount aside each year. If that's not used, it rolls forward. So by putting a not to exceed amount in, you're kind of you're limiting. You're going to have to change it as the monies move forward every year. Excuse me.
Thank you.
The second piece with the cell phone that was requested by our county auditor. It's similar language to the language that's used by the Health Services Department. They have contract therapists that they use, and they have language like this for their laptops that they issue to those contract therapists. They're not employees, but the contractors, that's why they want to write this language into the contract at the request of the county auditor.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Any discussion? Any questions?
Well, they both seem reasonable requests. I'll make the motion to approve. John Stroud.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Can we please have a vote?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody in disagreement? No, thank you. So the motion's carried, the resolution's carried.
Yep, and it looks like her second request is to enter into a contract with Westlaw for the purpose of online legal research services for AC panel members or members of the major felony and the homicide and predatory sexual abuse panel. Says there is a right to opt out if our funding is eliminated.
So is that resolution request form number 3 then?
That's, yes,
All
it's
right,
the second agenda item, but it is listed as resolution request number 3.
thank you. Can I please have a motion?
Put the motion forward.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second John Stroud.
Thank you. Do we have any discussion in regards to this?
Mr. Chairwoman, I have one question. John Stroud.
Please.
So when they do get done with the funding for this Westlaw research capability, online legal services for homicide and predatory sexual abuse issues and such, is that going to come back to the board for continuation of funding, or does it automatically go to funding if it goes beyond the grant funding portion? See, it's a 4-year contract and we will receive the first 6 months free. If we utilize it and find it worthwhile, I would think it came back to the board and get a report that it was worthwhile and if it was worth funding, going ahead with it. So-
Tammy? I'm going to defer to you, please.
Sure. So the item is put forward to you. The way that Joy has put it forward is that it's fully funded through the Hurrell Herring monies. That would be the grant monies. I don't know that there would be any reason if it was, once those monies are exhausted, if the board decided they wanted to go forward with the subscription, that they couldn't. But for right now, this would be fully funded under the Hurrell Herring money.
Thank you. Did that answer your question,
Yes,
Supervisor?
thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any further discussion? Do we take a vote again? Or?
You haven't voted on this one yet.
Thank you. Can we please have a vote?
Aye.
Favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passed. Thank you.
That looks like the last agenda item on the assigned council. That's your last department in this.
Thank you. Can I call for an adjournment? So may I have a
Yes.
motion? Thank you. Do I have a second? Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So adjourned. Thank you so much. No, I'm trying to get your attention, and I don't have my mask on. No, I
Oh,
don't.
as far as the time starting tonight?
Oh, sorry.
We've